product sets. Okay. Now XP is nothing but, in this process we will treat the client as one of the integral part of the project. So we are not going to treat the client as separate. We will treat the client as also a integral part of the project. So while doing development or while doing programming, we in this process we are going to continuously refine the requirements. That means we will keep on changing the requirements for the betterment of the project in extreme programming, and the programmer will estimate and is going to finish whatever the responsibilities that are associated to him without uh, there is no need of project manager to explain what are his roles and responsibilities to a programmer. So he himself identified his responsibilities, he will estimate and he will complete his responsibilities in extreme programming. Okay, so these are some of the silent features of extreme programming. The first one is extreme programming treats the client as an integral part of the project. Next one is during the development process, requirements are continuously refined for betterment of the project. And third one is the programmer is going to estimate and identify the responsibilities and complete the responsibilities. Okay, and extreme programming is going to run on 5 parameters. So what are those 5 parameters in the sense? The first one is planning the game. Planning the game is nothing but, here whatever the requirements we have gathered, we are going to write in the form of stories which are known as user stories, and we need to give prioritization to these user stories. So whatever the requirements you are going to gather, we are going to put that requirements in the form of stories. Okay, for example, if you are gathering requirements related to login, then this requirement we are going to put in the form of a story. So how you are going to put in the form of a story means, so you will write in the form of a story like a user will give his username and password and click on login button. So once the user clicks on login button, the system should allow the user to enter into the application. Okay, in this way you are going to write in the form of a story. And next one is perform transaction. So if you are gathering requirements related to perform transaction, then you are going to put that in the form of a story. Like once the user enters into the application, you will find an option of perform transaction. So if the user clicks on perform transaction, the system displays 3 options, that is to withdraw cash or to deposit cash or to transfer cash. So the user can select whatever the whatever the option he likes. Okay, and if the user clicks on withdraw cash, then the system will ask the user to enter the amount that he is willing to withdraw. Okay, so once the user enters the amount, the system again reconfirm the user to check his amount. If amount is correct, the system will ask to click on S. If amount is wrong, then the system will ask you to re-enter the amount. In this way, we are going to put all the requirements in the form of a stories. So those stories are nothing but user stories, and we are going to prioritize those stories. That is nothing but the planning the game. And second one is design. So the entire application is designed in a friendly user way, in a simple design. Okay, we are not going to make our application very complicated. So whatever the application we are going to design, we will be putting that design in a simple way so that each and everyone can understand the design. Okay, and next parameter is pair programming. So pair programming is nothing but 2 people will be working at a time. The developer will be developing the code and the tester is going to review that code. So that is nothing but pair programming. Okay, that means the developer and the tester will be sitting side by side. As spontaneously they are going to work. The developer will be developing the code, the tester will be testing that code. That is nothing but pair programming. And next one is refactoring. Refactoring is nothing but continuous development, continuous testing. So there won't be any gap. Okay, that is continuous development. The developers are going to work continuously, and continuous testing. The testers will be doing testing continuously. Okay, and final one is test driven product. The final parameter is nothing but test driven product. So test driven product is nothing but, here we are going to identify the gray areas, and we will ensure that we are not going to fall in those gray areas while developing the product. That means while during the development of the product only, we are going to identify the problems that we may come across in this application, and during development we will ensure that we are not going to fall in those problems, or we are not going to face that problem. So we are going to take preventive measures in order to come out from that problems before development only. That is nothing but test driven product. Okay, so this is the process of extreme programming. So if you want to develop a project under extreme programming, we are going to divide into these parameters. So the testing will be done in this way, and the designing will be done in this way, and the development will be done in this way. That is test driven product, and testing will be done continuously